Welcome to another video from EarnPED.com. I'm StevieB, happy to be here with you guys today. We have plenty of sips, smacks, and spit for all the haters that are out there. So guys, today I want to talk about why there is no shark in my glass of water. So guys, notice that right now, before my first kill, my inventory is empty. That will be important later on. So guys, I have no shark in my glass of water. I know, it's absolutely amazing. So here's why I say that. I want you guys to think about this for a second. So let's say you were to go to the ocean for the first time, and you have a 12-ounce glass, and you scoop down and you get a glass full of water. You're not going to have a shark in the water, right? There's not going to be a shark in your glass of water. So does that mean that sharks don't exist? No, it just means that you don't have any in your little bitty itty bitty sample size, right? Somewhere out there in the ocean, there are sharks. We know this to be a fact. Now, here's what's always kind of thrown me as interesting. Most people will tell you, aliens don't exist. I don't believe in aliens. I don't believe they could exist. I don't believe they did exist or ever will exist. And I'm not talking about little green men that fly around in flying saucers. I'm just talking about life on another planet. Maybe it's very primitive. Maybe it's very advanced. Maybe it can get to us. Maybe it can't. But that's the equivalent in the universe of us saying, well, we've dipped our glass into the water and into the ocean and we pulled out a glass full of water and there's no sharks in it. That's more or less the equivalent universally of saying aliens don't exist, right? But in our terms, in EU terms, the reason I say this is I had a guy the other day, I was in Cali Trade, and he was like, hey, it's Stevie. Yeah, blazer fragments are great, but it doesn't work the way he says it does. So I'm like, okay. He says, well, the math works out on paper, but not when you actually do it in game. And I'm like, okay. Because again, I've done this quite a bit. I've killed probably well over 500,000 exosaurs at this point. I think I kind of know what I'm talking about. So I messaged the guy, and I said, clearly one of us is right and one of us is wrong. Now here's the thing. People say I'm a narcissist. That's not true. I'm just pretty damn smart. They say I was wrong one time in 1993. But then after further study, what they figured out is I was actually correct. So I find it very hard to believe that I was the one that was wrong. So I said, tell me what the problem is. Tell me what the issue is. He said, well, I'm hunting exosaurs, and I'm getting blazer fragments, but I'm not getting enough to make up the losses. I'm not getting enough that if I sell them right on auction and I go for markup, I'm actually ahead of the game. I said, okay. I said, so what setup are you using? He said, well, I'm using the Z12, the Barbella, the gun from the starter pack. I said, okay, that's probably the best gun for the job if you have it. It's only available in the starter pack. What about amp? He said, well, I'm using the amp from the starter pack. I said, okay. I said, so what about cycle size? He said, well, I've killed 50 PED worth of exosaurs. 50 PED, $5. That's his entire sample size. So he dipped a glass into the ocean and pulled out some water and said there's no sharks in my glass, therefore sharks do not exist. I said, okay, how long have you been playing? About 2 weeks. Okay, what level are you? Somewhere between like 15 and 17. Okay. So guys, let me explain something about the whole farming blazer fragments, going for markup, doing anything in Entropia. So as I'm hunting, let's go to System tab, and I know it's a little bit grainy once I post the video. You guys will notice something. As I hunt, as I spend ammo, as I cause decay, two things happen. A, I get loot. B, I get skills. Now notice I'm not getting skills very often, right? And when I do, they're very small. Your agility has improved by 0.0011. Psyche improved by 0.0114. Power catalyst 0.2650. So the thing is, this is kind of like a comp system in a casino. Think about a comp system in a casino for a minute. You go in, you sit down, you're playing a slot machine. Let's say you're spending $100 an hour, and let's say you're losing $5 an hour, right? So you're spending $100, you're getting 95 back, you're losing 5. Well, if you play with a player's card, you're going to get comps as you play. So let's say your comps total $1 an hour. That's a type of loss rebate, right? Well, in Entropia, the loss rebate is skills, codex, natural skills that you get, that kind of thing, right? It's also part of your return because, again, real cash economy, skills have value. They are a scarce commodity, therefore they have value, right? So when you're a new player early on, you're going to get a lot of skills. As a result, you're not going to get as much loot because the system is looking at both of those things. It's saying we need to return Z. So skills is X, loot is Y. X plus Y equals Z. Well, early on as a new player, as somebody new to skilling laser, somebody new to skilling mind force, somebody new to skilling melee, it's going to be giving you more skills. Therefore, you're naturally going to get less loot. Okay? As you progress, as you gain skills, as you play the game, as your skills increase, those skill gains slow down because every skill point is worth more than the one before it, less than the one after it. So the further you go, the harder skills are to get. That means that the system goes, okay, X plus Y equals Z, skills plus loot equals returns. We're not giving as much skills. Now what do we need to give more of? Loot. Okay? So again, people always want to hammer home the looter profession, the looter profession, the looter profession. Okay, yes, to some extent, MindArk has given us information specifically about the looter professions. But this is kind of generally true across the board. It's not unique to looter professions. The more skills you have, the less skills the system is going to award you because each point is worth more than the one before it. That kind of naturally means as you go, as you gain more and more skills, you're going to get more and more loot because the skill gains are going to slow tremendously. Early on, I know you think going from, profession level 1 to profession level 10, oh my god, that's so hard. And then you go from 10 to 20 and you're like, that was so hard. Wait till you guys get in the 30s, the 40s, the 50s, and you really see your skill gains grind to an absolute halt. Wait till you get to that point, because at that point, skilling is just painful. Imagine trying to skill VSC at level 60. I don't even want to think about it. Going from level 35 to level 40 was like going from level 1 to level 35 twice. So I don't even want to think about what it's going to take to get from 59 to 60, right? So I told him this. I said, you've got kind of a twofold problem. Number one, the system is rewarding you more skills at the moment, therefore it's going to naturally give you less loot. Number two, look at your sample size. You stuck a 12-ounce glass into the ocean, filled it full of water, pulled it out, looked in the glass and said, there are no sharks in my glass. Therefore, sharks do not exist. That's not a good sample size, guys. I'm sorry, I say I can't spoon feed this to you anymore, but I guess I kind of have to. Statistics is not 5 minutes and $5. Okay, statistics requires large, vast amounts of data. Vast amounts of data. If you kill one creature and get a global, that doesn't mean every creature you kill is going to global. If you kill two creatures and one globals and one does not, that does not mean 50% of the creatures you kill are going to global. Okay, guys, in Entropia terms, if you want really good, solid statistics, you need to kill about 100 to 250,000 creatures. That's going to give you good, solid statistics. If you really want them to be dead on accurate, you need to kill 500,000. Okay? Not, I cycled 50 PED. Okay, when you've cycled 50 million PED on one creature quickly in one version update, then we have statistical data. But 50 PED and a new player who's gaining tremendous amounts of skills in the process, that is not statistically relevant, guys. Now, I understand the problem. The problem is he can only afford to depot about $15, $20, maybe $30 a month, and he's trying to be self-sufficient. I get it. So here's how you do that. You don't worry about the long-term results. Okay, and I think if everybody did this that plays Entropia, you would be much happier. Don't try and be one of those Ubers that deposits $50,000 one time. Don't try and be somebody who deposits $3,000 every 2 months. First of all, that's unrealistic for the vast majority of people, especially the vast majority of people watching these videos, right? Entropia Universe, first and foremost, is a game. It is not a money-making enterprise. and I'll get to that here in just a second. First and foremost, it is a game. It is to be fun. It's enjoyment. It's relaxation. It's a hobby. It's a place to make friends and have experiences and do fun things together. If it makes you a few bucks in the process, cool. If it doesn't, it's entertainment value. It's very, very cheap entertainment value. If I want to go to the movies, it costs me 30, 40 bucks between tickets, popcorn, etc. I can just hop out of bed, hop on Entropia on my day off, have fun, and it costs me as little or as much as I want it to, right? I can free to play this game all day long. I was talking to somebody yesterday. They said, man, honestly, when you started off, you were free to play for 6 months and you just died at Psyche on 250,000 times. I thought you were either absolutely insane or I thought you didn't understand how games worked and you were just going to quit. Like, I didn't know you had a goal and you were so OCD you were going to accomplish it by any means necessary. I said, yeah, that's just how I am. I actually enjoy skilling at Zykeon. I find it fun. I know, I'm weird. I'm an idiot with YouTube, guys. I tell you this all the time. So, the thing about it is, so you can only afford $10 a month. If that's what you can afford, that's what you can afford. It's better than paying $50 a month for some subscription to an online game that you have to pay to play that doesn't allow you the opportunity to maybe or maybe not make a few bucks, right? And here's the thing, as you get better, as your skills increase, as your game knowledge increases, the opportunity to make that couple of bucks will grow with it naturally. You did not wake up as a baby and know how to run a marathon. As a baby, you had to learn to walk. Then you had to learn to run. Then you had to learn athletics and learn how to train. Then you had to learn how to train for long distance running. Then you had to go train that long distance running once you learned how to do it. Then you had to actually go run the marathon. It was not a 2-day process, right? So you're being born into an entire new universe full of worlds that you don't understand, with mechanisms you don't understand, and you think you're going to figure it all out in a day and a half? You must have an IQ a hell of a lot higher than mine. And I've got a pretty high IQ. And guess what? I use Google like that thing's going out of style. I have coupons around here for one free Google search. Hold on, let me see if I can find you guys some. I'm all out. But you know what? I think if you get online, I think there's actually a way to find coupons for free Google searches online. Go to google.com. They're all free, guys. The wiki is a tremendous, tremendous resource for you. Tremendous. The forums are a tremendous resource for you guys, full of information from very experienced players, guys. YouTube, there's other videos, not just mine. Mine are great. I appreciate the support. I appreciate you guys watching. But there's other videos out there too. Serial Overdrive, Lore Spade, Pig Venus, or whatever the hell his name is. There's all kinds of videos out there. Watch them. You might learn something. Even if they're not trying to teach you something, you might be able to glean something just by watching the video. I do that all the time, right? So, guys, this is not you're going to log in, deposit $20, and be self-sufficient for the rest of your life. It's just not going to happen. But if you will do a little bit of thinking and take the information I give you and apply it, it will work. So this video has been going on for exactly 13 minutes and 30 seconds now. I've been hunting for 13 minutes and 30 seconds. I've got 51 blazer fragments. His complaint was that after a 50 ped hunt, he only got 38 blazer fragments, so it must not work the way I said it does. I promise it works. The question is, what are you missing? Well, he was missing that the system was awarding him a whole bunch of skills, and therefore not as much loot. And he was also missing that 50 ped is not an accurate sample size to pull statistical correlations from. Those two things are very, very important. Guys, if me and other players are telling you something and it's not working for you, the question, the statement is not we're wrong. The statement is what are you not doing right? Okay, there's a player vastly more experienced than me who was one of my mentors, who has made more money off blazer fragments from exosaurs than anything else in game. And this guy flips entire land areas. This guy flips some of the rarest stuff in game. This guy was one of my mentors, somebody who I absolutely idolize, who I think is one of the best players there is. Somebody who I actually call a genius. I do not use that word. Okay, you went to MIT. You're probably a genius, but I'm not going to call you one just because you went to MIT. What did you do at MIT? When you've been smart your whole life, the word genius isn't something you throw around very often. Guys, let me explain this to you. This guy I'm talking about, he is a genius. Okay, flat out. And if you talk to him on the phone for 5 seconds, you understand that about him. He is probably one of the smartest people I've ever met in my life. And he's so down to earth you would never know it. So if he's made money from exosaurs, and I've made good money from exosaurs, and you as a new player aren't making good money from exosaurs, the question is, why is there no shark in your glass? Well, A, your glass either isn't big enough, or you haven't taken enough scoops out of the ocean. If you were to scoop all the water out of the ocean, you would eventually get a shark in your glass, right? Theoretically, if you could take the water out of the ocean and put it somewhere else, one scoop at a time, you would eventually scoop a shark. Eventually. So, if you guys watch the videos, and if you don't get the results that you're trying to get, or that I'm saying I get, the question is, what is the difference? What's being done right? What's being done wrong? And sometimes the answer is the game. Sometimes they do change the game. This is a dynamic game. It's constantly evolving, right? MindArk does have their foot on the throttle of the economy. So just because I say Blazer fragments are dropping great today, doesn't mean that's going to be true 6 hours from now. MindArk nerfs stuff all the time. There was a specific item last week I was buying in droves off auction because the markup was less than normal and I needed it. Well, I need more and I want more, and I go to auction today and the markup's up another 8%. Well, that's because MindArk rebalanced. I'll have to wait. I'll have to be patient. If I give it about a week, it'll rebalance again and I'll be able to buy where I want to buy. So I'm not just going to go buy all willy-nilly just because today's today. I can wait till tomorrow. So there's constant rebalancing. So the answer sometimes very well is something changed in the game. The answer sometimes very well is MindArk did something and rebalanced. But sometimes the answer is also you're missing something. In this case, they were missing two facts. They were missing the fact that early on you get more skills than loot, and that skills plus loot equals total returns. And they were also missing the fact that their sample size was way too small. Way too small. Right? Think of it this way. How many of you actually calculate your skill gains and your codex rewards into your ROI? I would bet almost none of you. Why not? Skills and codex rewards are part of the returns you're getting. When you're cycling that PED, you're not just getting loot. You're not just getting items to sell. You're not just getting shrapnel. You're also getting skills. You're also getting codex rewards, right? That's something to keep in mind. The other thing, guys, is remember that globals do not make you money. Hoffs do not make you money. They simply take out the variance. Right now, I am experiencing a huge amount of variance because I have literally been hunting exosource pretty much non-stop for like 2 weeks now, and I have not had one single global. There was one night while I was here, 3 people globaled in 5 minutes while I was here hunting. I was not one of them. Well, when you go on long streaks like that with no globals, you experience more variance. Variance is not a bad thing. Variance can actually be a very good thing. But you've got to take the good variance with the bad variance. Nature of the beast. So guys, I will leave that right there for today. A couple of other things I do want to mention before we wrap up the video. Whenever I made the video on version update 17.4, I did forget to mention a couple of things. Number one, there have been many new repair tools discovered since I made that video. Number two, ancient grease shares are now tradable, even though they have not sold out. So let's take a look at my end run real quick. I've got 67 blazer fragments in the 18 minutes it took me to make this video. Just by comparison, that's twice as many as they claimed they had. So it does indeed work, guys. So if we go to Entropia Exchange, we can see ancient grease shares still have not sold out. They haven't even sold 99,000 of the 750,000. But if we hit buy, we can see that they're down to 8 PED per share for ancient grease shares. So what this means is two things. It means if you got in on ancient grease shares and you're not happy with the performance, you can now get out. It also means that they will practically never ever sell out, because all those 98,900 some odd shares that were purchased by players now would practically all have to be resold at a lower price before next island development team is ever going to sell the other 651,000. So in this move, MindArk did help the players. MindArk also helped himself, because remember, when you list and when you sell shares, MindArk gets paid that fee, but they kind of screwed the next island development team in the process, which, you know what? Good for MindArk, because they should have never allowed that share to be listed in the first place. They should have absolutely never allowed it. The thing is, it really only pays out when the Gorgon Shade Wave is done. And Lunchbox is pretty much the one and only Uber that is constantly out there farming, trying to get Gorgon pieces and Gorgon upgrade pieces. So, I mean, Next Island's kind of on the right path, but they should not have released Ancient Greece shares for at least another 3 to 5 years. They should have really had to develop Next Island before they tried to get paid for it. So, you know what, I hate it for the development team that they're never going to sell the 650,000 useless shares, but I'm glad MindArk did this because now the players who were duped into buying them have a chance to at least get the majority or part of their investment back, so that's a good thing. Also, there is a new set of missions at Crystal Palace. Something about a drop ship. I have no idea what it is. I do have the waypoint. I do have minimal information. Apparently there are some blueprints for new quad weapons that are starting to drop. This reinforces my belief that MindArk has a plan for space PvP, space missions, and they're going to redo the PvP boundaries so that actual space PvP might become a thing again. It looks like MindArk is finally starting to pay a lot of attention to space. First they changed the damage types that space weapons do. Now they're adding new space weapons to the mix when we don't necessarily need them. So this all leads me to believe that big things are coming for space. There's some other minor things from version 17.4 that I'll leave to other YouTubers or I might hit in future videos. So for right now, I'm going to wrap it up there. I will be shooting another video this evening, guys, possibly two. I shot one the other day. I didn't like how it came out, so I'm going to reshoot it. And then tonight is the night. We have a player who has been using EarnPED.com for just under 3 months, and he is making an 1,100 PED withdrawal from EarnPED.com. This guy is going to get paid 1,100 PED tonight simply for using the tools at his disposal on EarnPED.com. Did not cost him a thing. All he did was use the tools we gave him, and he was consistent with it, and he is making 110 US dollars, 1,100 PED, getting paid out tonight. Big reveal who it is. I also want to let you guys know some of the things they're going to be doing in game, as it might be something some of you guys are interested in also. So guys, it's right there between the videos at EarnPED.com. Even free-to-play players have more at their disposal now between these videos and EarnPED.com than virtually anybody in the history of Entropia Universe prior to this moment. So guys, I will give you all the help I can. I will give you all the tips I can, but you do have to do some amount of thinking for yourself, right? Why isn't it working the way it should? So guys, tonight we will have a video. The first person to withdraw 1,100 PED from EarnPED.com, he hit the 1,000 PED max on the bonus, that 10% bonus getting paid out too. So 1,100 PED paid out to somebody who did nothing but watch hideout videos and complete offers for free over the past 3 months. Guys, if they can do it, you can do it. If you guys want to help support us, the best way you can do it is go to EarnPED.com and do those offers yourself, because when you earn, we earn, and that's the best way to support us, guys. Remember, we're paying 50% more for those sweet, sweet hideout TV points than any of our competitors. We will keep that for now. It was supposed to be short-term promotion. We're just going to leave it until it stops helping the Stevies, which we hope is never. Guys, also hit that bell, hit that subscribe button, and hit that like button on the video, please, 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 because the haters are out there. I swear every time I post a video, they always hit that dislike button right away. There's nothing I can do about the haters except for hope that my supporters support me more than they hate me. I'm telling you guys, if we get enough likes on all the videos we posted so far, there's a very special video you guys are going to want to see that I will post. You guys will have an opportunity to help me make it, and it will be some of the best skill gains, some of the cheapest or free skill gains you guys have ever had, and you guys will be able to sell these skills for insane markup. You want to see this video, so go back, subscribe, watch all those videos we've posted, hit the like button on everyone, comment on everyone, and if we can hit a secret number that I've already written down on each and every video, then we will have what is probably one of the best videos when it comes to getting free stuff and making money in Entropia from forgotten lore and game mechanics that nobody knows about that have been in game all along. So guys, for EarnPED.com, I've been StevieB. I'll leave it right there for now. I will be back with another video later today. Sip, sip, smack, smack, fuck the haters. I hope you all have a great day. Take care, Stevies.